The following program is a live podcast with hospitality individuals and chefs who are real people. Topics may include drinking, occasional vitamin use, choreographed violence, Appalachian humor, politics, comic books, ghosts, overindulgence, polyamory, theft, obstruction of justice, bleeding wounds, and more. These things some people may find offensive, but are not limited to what may offend some people but not others. The show does occasionally use language that would be not safe for work. But it's how real people talk, and like we said in the first line of the warning, these are real people. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please call our comment line at 860-744-4767. Thank you.
Don't smell like a turtle cage. Don't smell like a turtle cage.
I must have drank me about 15 Dr. Peppers.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
We're a rescue team, not assassins.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 45 minutes. Somebody open the window.
I have to ask you this to your knowledge. Does Hulk Hogan stuff his tank?
He needs to.
His penis is too small?
I've seen him in the shower.
He's got a little penis.
Nice muscles, Tyler, dude.
I actually give a whole talk about treating our work like an athletic event. And when you see it that way, doesn't mean you don't have fun. And I mean, having a shift drink and hanging with the people you just did battle with should never be taken away. But I mean, what's wrong with like calling that out a little bit? It almost feels like our industry is growing up a little bit. And I know it's easy to hold on to what was and to really glorify it. And I liked the School of Hard Knocks. I liked how hard life was. I felt like I was doing something not a lot of people could handle. But it doesn't mean it needs to be the norm. And I think that to have that stuff challenged, I don't think is that awful.
I admit I don't look like the athlete of the day supposed to look. My belly's just a little big, my hand is just a little big, but brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad. And there were two bad people. One was John Wayne and he's dead, brother, and the other one's right here.
If you just shut the fuck up for 30 seconds, you might learn something.
Welcome to Homer Food Pod, #1 live digital audio industry show for chefs by chefs. Hosted by multi-time Food Network winner and award-winning chef, Chef Plum, and culinary veteran and star of the Food Saver commercial, Chef Jeff. So wrap, date, and rotate because the boys are about to set your kids on fire. Here are the Good Brothers.
Oh yeah! What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Thursday night. The boys live out here in Baltimore for the National Pro Star Invitational. Super excited to be hanging out with you. It's going to be a great show tonight. We got our friend Carlos Garcia from Chef's Roll Apparel joining us. These are the same chef coats I wear every single day. I almost wear them like if it was a suit over a regular pair of clothes, because that's what I do. I can't help it. I wear my chef's gear everywhere. I can't help it. It's the most comfortable shirts in the entire world. I'm so excited to be sitting here hanging out with you right now. That's right. It's your boy, Chef Plum. I am live down here in Baltimore because I've got National Pro Star. We are hanging out. It's going to be a great time. The Pro Star Invitational is this weekend. Incredibly excited to be here and be a part of it. Apparently, you can see I brought my microphone right here, but I forgot my actual cable cord. I brought the wrong cord, so I can't plug it in. So I'm playing off this mic right now, and you might be saying to yourself, well, Chef, I'm sure you probably got your AirPods, but I do, but I wouldn't be able to use my AirPods. Introduce you to my guest sitting here right next to me right now, the one and only straight from West Virginia, the Vagabond Chef, the Appalachian King himself, hanging out with us tonight. What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing great, man. It's so awesome to be here with you.
Share a love seat together.
Yeah, well, you know, wherever we're together, it is a love seat.
It's true. It's always a love seat. We got beers. We got a great guest. And, of course, we are joined by the lovely, sweet, and talented father, allegedly, of 19. He's a COVID survivor. He is a national commercial star.
Fantastic.
Not only is he that, he's also one of the best chefs I know. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Jeffy's with us tonight. There he is. Jeffy, look at that. Got a little, just happened to catch him while he's opening a little whiskey up for himself there.
American Metal Whiskey. It's a drink I enjoy. How you guys doing? It's Thursday night. Drinking some whiskey. I'm not in Baltimore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you were here, it'd be awesome if you were here, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
No, I can go for some pit beef and some tears from children.
Wow. Tears? Do we make them cry?
We're going right there. We're going right to tears.
Look at the size of you together. You're like two massive mounds of man.
Yeah,
and I can just imagine being in 10th grade and you two walking by with toques on, so you look like you're 9 feet tall. And you look down at them and you're like,
"He's
probably,
you call this mise en place?
What is that?"
Yeah, that's a thing.
He's probably right because we're big dudes.
I mean, we're not small.
And they're just like, "Oh, hi, chef." Like a lot of nervous laughter and weird awkwardness. No, none of that.
Point out to you, Jeffy, and Vagabond said some really nice shit about me as we were downstairs at the bar having a beer a minute ago.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Nope.
They talked to him about me coming back this year, and he said, "Tell him what you said."
Actually, okay, all right, fine. So I said, you know what? He's a total. But he's great with the kids.
There it is.
He has really good conversations with the students. He really builds them up. He really holds them accountable. He's got a great rapport. Against my best judgment, you should probably bring him back for another year.
See, that sounds like the chef that you know, right, Jeffy?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I see you as the biggest sweetheart in the industry. You're going around, you're always trying to help people. Like whenever we do events and you see young people, young chefs especially, you love to hey, what are you up to? What do you want to do? You're always looking to give a little advice or try to give somebody that bump, which I think is awesome. I mean, I try to do it too. I see you do it. It makes me want to do it too. I want to help people out. It's infectious, and I'm happy to hear that you're down there.
As us as chefs, as old men in this business, as kind of like the veterans in this industry, I think it's our job to kind of push that shit forward,
Sure.
And I think too many chefs nowadays don't want to push it forward. They would rather just kind of hold all their stuff in and try to be the best because they're worried about losing their spot.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, and I think those of us who have done it, we've been there. We push it forward in a realistic way.
Yeah.
We're not trying to sell them on dreams. We're not saying you're going to graduate culinary school and be an executive chef. We're saying put in the work, do the deeds, make it perfect, and then you can advance, right?
That's it. I think it's important to do that. And Jeffy, wouldn't you agree it's important to kind of help educate these younger people?
Absolutely. I think it's super important to educate younger people, and it helps us as chefs. I mean, the more young chefs that are educated in high school on their way to maybe just going to a trade school, or going to culinary school, or choosing not to, seeing wow, you know what? I got a knack for this. I like this chef a lot. I'm going to bust my ass and see where this goes. And there's nothing wrong with that either, and it's it's programs like this that give people that leg up, I honestly wish my daughter would have got involved in it. I begged her to.
I'll tell you what makes this so cool. And of course, joining us there in the command center, Chef Dan's with us as well. There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Everything. The audio is crazy. Audio's not messed up here. So, Dan,
guys.
Dan's trying
to add, but
nice shot, Michael.
Dan, I know you care a lot about how it affects with kids and what we do, right?
Oh, absolutely. We went to the Connecticut one together. The first time I got the chance to be in there and see the kids. It was it's a good time. I love sitting there, getting to know them and figuring out how they do their thing and watching them play out their roles and seeing them do the things that it's a good way to put them in a situation that's like a kitchen. You're gonna get critiqued, you're gonna get looked on, you're gonna get watched by everybody, and everyone at the end of the day is gonna know if you fucked up or not. Your plate right there is gonna be the game changer of whether you're good or you're not, and that's what it is in a restaurant.
You got to be careful. You can't drop F-bombs like that. We're talking about the kids.
Oh, kids don't cuss? Damn, my kids cuss all the time.
Cuss. Well, not in the professional. We can't walk up to them after judging and saying, "Oh, you're terrible."
Oh, fuck yeah! You can't say that.
Jesus. Well, you're right. You're absolutely right, Dan. Chiming in on Instagram is our good friend Chef Dave Boredom, and he's saying he's drinking American Metal whiskey right now as well. Our friend Courtney, who is actually here with us as well, Courtney 650, says wants to know why we're not at the bar drinking with her. That's because we're doing this particular program.
Courtney 650. That's not a great handle. I gotta just say that out loud.
What's not a good handle? Courtney 650?
Yeah, it just sounds crazy.
What would you change it to?
I don't know. Like,
I just softballed you, by the way.
I don't know. I couldn't. I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
You don't know what 650 stands for, man. It might stand for like baddest ass ever.
What?
I don't know.
West Virginia.
That might be cop code for like insane Miss Marvel level fucking powers right now. I don't know.
I guess it could be. So, like I said, we are here right now live from the National Pro Star Invitational here in Baltimore, the National Restaurant Association. It's myself, Chef Matt, aka the Vagabond Chef, having a great time. We can't wait. Our good friend Carlos Garcia is going to join us here in a few minutes, who makes some of the best chef coats on the absolute.
Hell yeah.
I cannot wait just to get a few things out there and get a little housekeeping done before we get in there. We're very, very excited to announce, everybody, if you haven't seen so yet, our show, Restaurant Road Trip. Incredibly excited. 3 Emmy nominations this year. Could not be more excited about that. 2 for the show, 1 for me as a host. Everybody works so hard. We're very excited. June 8th is when we'll find out what happened with that. We'll be there. We're going to go and be a part of it. We're very, very excited. And, of course, Memorial Day weekend. Jeffy, tell them what we're doing on Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend, we're going to be in the Hamptons at the Rosé Soiree put on by Dan's Papers. It's going to be super fun. Plum's doing an amazing burger that we're working with our good friend 7X Beef.
Shout out.
From out in Colorado. It's an American Wagyu company making amazing Wagyu. They've been awesome. We've been partnering with them on a few events, and we're super excited to work with them again and make a delicious, super juicy, sexy burger that's going to pair with rosé.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. I'm excited about it. I'm actually doing Good Day New York for it, I think, on the 21st.
Hell yeah.
May. So it should be fun for that, too, to promote the show. So come out and see us. If you've ever seen us at an event, you know it gets wild. It's off the chain. We do crazy stuff. I think we're actually going to live stream the entire thing, too, Chef.
Nice. That's what's up.
Just put some mics on us while we're serving stuff and hanging out. Just kind of, I don't know, like show service or something like that.
You give you guys a little bit of a lead, and shit just goes off. And I always love to see it.
You're such a sweetheart.
Well, I love that. It's gonna be like when they mic the coaches on the sidelines.
Is that your leg? That's okay. All right. So very, very exciting. Make sure if you're around the Hamptons, you want to come check us out for that. That's for sure. It's going to be a fun event. So Chef Dave's chiming in on Instagram. He says, when I lose my spots because someone I trained to replace me is better than me. It's our job. Well, he's not wrong. And I think that's absolutely correct. I think it's part of the deal. I mean, you do train our replacements, just like in football. Like, in sports, you train your replacement. That's what happens, right?
That's what happens. Good brother Anthony chimed in and said, wrestlers go to Jimmy's Seafood in Baltimore.
Oh, here in Baltimore. Yeah. He's on Instagram, right?
Who's Jimmy's Seafood? Yeah, it's on Instagram.
I mean, you're thinking about Baltimore, it's got to be crab cakes, right?
I guess. It's my first time.
Sounds good.
It's got to be.
Your first time in Baltimore? I think pit beef and crab cakes. That's what you get in Baltimore.
Yeah, pit beef and crab cakes.
Yeah, pit beef and crab cakes.
It's the thing, too.
Okay.
A pit beef's a thing, too. Ying's a Pennsylvania beer, but,
close enough.
I guess so. I guess it's probably closer to you, isn't it?
It is close to me. Yeah.
So, how many people do you think we will see at this event this year? If on the floor, how many people are going to be here?
Hundreds of people are going to be here. We're going to see so many awesome people in the industry from across the nation representing as chefs, representing as judges. We're going to see amazing people mentoring teams. I mean, this is the event to be at.
This is the culinary sport. I think it's the closest to culinary sport.
100%.
I mean, there's that stupid event, the World Food Championships. Who gives a shit about that? This is the real deal. And I really want to get you guys involved in this because I think you'd be really great at it. But it's really fun to see. And I mean, there's teams from every state. They come in, they compete. People come and watch them. It's nuts. This hotel is packed.
Oh, it's insane. It's insane every year. It's a really good time. We got to get you guys out here to be a part of it because it is off the chain. Fantastic.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I was going to do it, and then schedules didn't work out, and then I was actually thinking about coming late tonight, tomorrow, but it's just
come on down, Jeffy. I got room. They gave me an extra bed in here.
Yeah, you can stay in my Footlocker.
Oh.
Or my car.
I love being gimped up. It sounds hot.
With the zipper?
In preparation to be here, though, because it's such a chefy event, they make us wear all white, right? For those who don't know, I don't wear all white. I wear black. And so, because that's right. Listen, let me tell you something, Jeffy, right now. Emmy acceptance speech. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Hard work pays off. Bad times. Wait, hold on.
I hear
hard work pays off.
It's rolling around the
bend.
I
messed up.
Bad guys do.
One line.
Bad guys do.
That's bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Okay, it's not bad, right?
Bad.
Got it. Dreams come true. Bad guys don't last, but bad guys do. Bad times don't last. All right, whatever. I needed to have white.
I say gay guys too. Somewhere in there. Is it?
Stop judging people. I needed some white coats to wear.
Oh, okay.
So buy any kind of coats. There's only one guy I reach out to that I have to talk to, and that's my man Carlos. And Carlos, I've been buying stuff from this gentleman since he was with a company called Lost Car. Fantastic company, massive supporter of the industry.
Love it.
Really, really, really good human being. Gets things done and makes some of the best chef coats in the world. And that's what I wear every day.
I mean, that's all you can ask for, really, is the best in the whole world.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, wear them all the time. And it's awesome. And so I needed white ones. So I called Carlos. I got the white ones. I was like, Carlos, I need these shipped immediately. He was like, I got you, chef. Don't you worry. We got you taken care of. It was awesome. I cannot wait. They show up. They're beautiful. I can't wait to show them off here at the event and wear them. I got in the car. I came down to the event. I left the coats in the goddamn kitchen.
And that's what you do.
However, my lovely wife she's got them FedEx to me. They'll be here tomorrow. But completely dumbass move for myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to this program a gentleman who is a master sport in this industry, a gentleman who is one of the sweetest guys you'll ever meet in this industry, a talented chef in his own right, a very talented gentleman when it comes to making some of the best chef cooks in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carlos Garcia from Chef's Roll Apparel.
What's up, guys? Chef, that introduction was a little much, but I appreciate that. That's nice.
A little much. That's what we do. We got to make it big, brother.
No, I know. I appreciate it. That's pretty good. You're good. That's good. How are you guys doing?
Man, we are all right. We are here at the National Pro Star Invitational out here in Baltimore for the National Restaurant Association. It's a crazy event. All these high school kids. I'm a judge this year. My good friend Matt here. We're hanging out in the Marriott in Baltimore. What are you up to, buddy?
Just here in LA right now. What time is it? It's 7:30. I got on a little late. We thought it was started at 8:30. We apologize about that. We forget you guys are on Eastern time.
Oh, you should have heard the motherfucking Jeffy was giving you. He was like, I told him what time it was.
Yeah.
Listen, that's why I got Jessica. I say, hey Jess, you run all the social media stuff because it's just overwhelming what's going on, you know. And so I got the directive today. Be on time at 8 o'clock. Okay, no problem. And then here I am calling her. Where you at? You know, like she told me 7. But,
shit. Well, I gotta tell you, you've always been so great to me and helping out and getting coach to us when we need him and taking care of it. And I gotta tell you, and Jeffy will vouch for me, bro. I literally wear it's every day. It's what I wear.
You know what I found too, Chef? I found that chefs that are chefs in the kitchen, not just chefs that are the office chefs. I'm talking about the line chefs, the ones that are down to get dirty and stuff. I found that when they come out of their chef coat, they don't know how to act, or they don't know how to they don't function well. They're like, what do I do with my hands? What do I do with my arms and stuff like that? I see a ton of chefs like that. It's just it's odd for them. Mm-hmm. So I see a lot of chefs wearing their chef coats even when they're not cooking.
Look,
on the off days.
Television, I'm wearing your stuff. Look at this. There's one right. Boom, that's one of yours.
Nice.
Look at this. Here's one of yours too, in our Emmy nominated program right there. That's me wearing your gear. Like, it's just it becomes a comfort level. It becomes like I don't know. Like I joked with my wife about it, and because she's like, you always wear that chef shirt everywhere you go, and I'm like, yeah, it's comfortable. I think I have 50 of them, but I'm like,
probably about that, yeah.
It's almost like a military outfit. Like it's just accepted like that. Like, oh, he's a chef. Of course he's gonna wear that. Right.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah. I mean, I always when I cooked for 20 years, and I always wanted stuff that was cool, but not just like in the kitchen cool. You know, I wanted to walk out to the guests and be like, hey, how are you? My name's Carlos and stuff. But I always felt like I was wearing a box, potato sack, no style. So we wanted to come up with stuff that you could wear in the kitchen, out of the kitchen per se. And, we're evolving more as we go. We have a new whole about 10 coats coming out in the next 4 months or so that are still just cutting edge. We're going back to some denim looks. Real functional, some Lululemon style. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Lululemon.
Oh, me? I did a dinner for them years ago.
The way I'm seeing it now is like, chefs are you guys are just cooks, and I say you guys, I still consider myself one, but I've been out of the kitchen now for going on 10 years. But I see you guys as athletes. Like who else is up on their feet? What other professions are doing what you guys are doing day in and day out? And I think that the coat and the clothing should show that. Your pants should be cool pants. So wait till you see what we have coming up for pants. I mean, those are you'll wear every day too. Jeans are cool and stuff like that. I used to wear them, but the type of pants that were coming out, the functionality, the pockets, it's all driven for chefs. But they could be worn, and any athlete could wear our stuff. Because that's what you guys are: sweating, working your ass just nonstop every day.
That's why I love the coats.
Yeah, me too. Chef Dave on Instagram is chiming in saying he's like, Plum even wears them to the beach. Like, I've never seen him really without one.
That's really good.
It's almost kind of bad for you, Carlos. And it's good and bad. Let me explain what I'm talking about here, if you don't mind. That? So, like, you designed this shirt that has been the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Unfortunately, it's the cheapest one you make.
I know. That's what I know. That's our bread and butter.
Bro, this shirt, you vagabond, you've seen me wearing this.
That's beautiful.
Like
every day.
We call it like it's like tortillas. When people buy them, they don't just buy one; they buy like half dozen. They come in packages of a dozen and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, it's super lightweight. It's super comfortable. I feel like I look good in it. It shows off. I got these guns. It shows some guns off. But it's I feel like it looks good on me. It feels comfortable, and I feel comfortable in it, which is the most important part. Which is kind of goes back to what you were saying about chef coats. How it kind of feels like you're in a box, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, so we were talking about low pricing, and that's our low end chef coat. I still feel that there's people out there that, if I feel that somebody can't afford one, like I'm gonna give them one. I'm gonna give them one for them. So I'll give them one for the whole crew. And that's not to get anything back in return. That's just because I know that they really want it, but they just can't. They can't get that funds for it. So we do that all the time. But
always been.
We're releasing another style of cooking gear, and it's a chef shirt, I call it. It has all the accoutrements of our chef coats with the pen pockets here. It has a little apron loop on the back. Yeah, it's just like a V-neck kind of cool, like microfiber t-shirt, and we're gonna be charging about $12 to $14 for those. And they're durable. What's that?
When's that coming out? That sounds awesome.
That should be out by June. Yeah, we're
I can't wait.
Getting the final details of it, but they'll be produced pretty soon.
Dude, oh my god, that sounds so dope.
Yeah,
I tell people, I've been staging for you guys for 10 years. I'm talking to chefs that are running MGM, the MGM Hotel in Vegas, and big stadium arenas all over the U.S. And they'll call me up and be like, "Hey, I need to get something for myself and for my exec chef or my exec chef team." I'm like, "Okay, well, what do I got to do to get the whole stadium?" I've been staging for you guys forever. Enough's enough. Like I can play with the big boys now. Like we can bring in product that I could sell you for. I'll beat anybody's price. I don't care if I'm losing money. I'm gonna beat everybody's price and then figure it out later.
Well, this is the thing. Like you say that, but I mean, I'm not trying to make a commercial for you here, but I mean, everybody knows.
No.
I've followed you for years now, and I want to talk about that for a second too, because the lost car stuff was incredible.
That's you,
baby. And that was your baby. You created that. It was awesome. And then but like, I love the brand. I love the content. I love the actual shirts themselves and the coats themselves.
The Ace coat changed the world, man. The drive back. Whoo!
All that, that we're bringing that one back same time. So beginning of June-ish, that should be rolling out as well. About 5 different colorways. Yeah, let me tell you what happened. Let me just be honest with you guys. At this point,
I wanted to ask you, I followed you from that, and the second you were gone, I was like, well, I can't buy from there anymore. Like, I'm gonna go see what Papa's doing now. And then you were making my same shirts I wanted, so it made me happy. But tell that story a little bit if you don't mind, because I'm not sure what happened there. Because it was, Lost Car was your thing, and then you moved on. Like now you're with Chef's Roll, which is a fucking great brand to be a part of. But tell that story for us.
All right, so in 2014. My daughter was going away to college, and the day she left, I just fell apart. One of the reasons why is are you guys still there? Or you guys disappeared?
Oh yeah, we're here. I'm just a spotlight.
Okay, cool. Okay. So the day that she left, I felt to myself like, I'm not going to be able to be a dad to her. You know, all those times I missed her volleyball games, all the times I missed her, you know, award assemblies and you know, getting good grades, and all those moments and days and years that passed, I'm never going to get those back. So on the day she left, the reason I couldn't drive her to her college was because I chose that day to roll out a menu. You know, I didn't think about it, and I didn't know what she was going to be going. So I told my GM a month prior, like, okay, we're going to roll out this menu on August, whatever. And it happened to be the day she was leaving, and I couldn't change that date, you know?
Right.
So on that day, I vowed to myself, like, I have, you know, right now my boy's going to be 14 in a few days, and the other one's going to be 11. But they were 2 and 4, and I just told myself I won't do that to them. So so Mother's Day 10 years ago will be when I left the industry, and so I started Lost Car. You know, I had always had an idea about coming up with better chef coats and stuff, and I got my name Carlos, and just mixed it around a little bit, and had Lost Car. And now we killed it. We were doing so good. We popped up right with the Truth Cooks and with Headley and Bennett. I mean, we all kind of came out at around the same time. Even Chef's Roll popped up at about 2014. You know, we all were. Some of us were tight. Some of us hated each other. Whatever. You know, it's the industry. So I did that. We hustled that for 6 years, Chef, and it was in December that I found out that my business partner was doing some real shady shit. You know, always telling me, hey, I don't run numbers. You know, I can talk to anybody. I can be a great salesperson. But when it comes to like finances and stuff, we would be broke, Chef. I'd be buying everything for everybody. You know, like we would be broke. So I entrusted him with that, and it really killed us. I mean, we were losing. He was, you know, stacking me money off the top, about $4 million in total. Over the course of 2 years, and we had some PPE loans that I thought we shouldn't have had, and he was doing some really bad stuff. So I had to leave. And when I left, though, it was like I felt like I lost a child, because during that time I had, you know, focused so much on the new business that I wasn't paying attention to my wife and my family at the time. So, you know, we broke up. I was drinking. Was that?
I didn't know that. That's fucking crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I caught her doing some nasty stuff too. And that's real. This is real talk. So caught her doing that. It led me to drinking. I started drinking a bottle of vodka a day, and, you know, just really unhappy with how my life was ending up. And you know, business was doing good, but I just wasn't, you know, and I fell into this really deep depression, and I couldn't seem to get out of it, you know, and I ended up getting cirrhosis. And I drove myself to the hospital one day, couldn't take it anymore. And I was told that I had a couple weeks to live, that I had 5% of active liver. And I was just like, I lived a great.
Because, I mean, you're dropping so much shit on all of us right now. I feel like I need to
I'm just trying to give you a little in a nutshell. Yeah.
Well, wow, brother.
First of all, holy shit. That's an incredible story, and I feel terrible for you, but I'm glad you're where you are now.
It's changed itself, you know, because of that. You know, like I said, I stopped drinking. You know, that was the first thing the doctor said. You know, you're not going to be able to recover this. You're going to have to get a transplant. But man, you know, I started my fiance I have now. She introduced me to edibles, and I was never a weed smoker. I used to do like meth in my early 20s and stuff like that. That's just, you know, drug of choice, I guess, for a lot of the industry. And I kicked that when I was 32, and then when I found out I had cirrhosis, I just, you know, they told me, like, pick your plot, you know, make it, you know, say goodbye to your family, and I was like,
oh my god,
dude, the life I lived as a cook, I know I lived the life I lived, you know, I know I lived at that point I lived better than most, you know, in this world, and I was very thankful for that, and I made peace with it as much as I could, and you know, by the grace of God, my dad told me, like, hey, you're going to move out of your place. You know, I couldn't walk. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and they released me to die with my pops. And so he moved me out of my house.
What year are we talking here?
This is the beginning of 2019.
God damn, brother.
Yeah.
Dude, so I know you got friends over here, man.
You know what I realized, too, Chef, it's like my story is like everybody's story, you know? Yeah. The depression, the drinking, the lies, and
we lost him for a second. We don't have no audio from Carlos. Not sure what happened to it. I think he's got himself muted or something. We got no audio. We lost him there. Listen, maybe we should try to reconnect with Carlos here. Carlos, try to reconnect because we don't have any audio from him. I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, exactly. Reconnect. What a story from him. What a story. Holy shit. I can see Dan, just his eyes also getting very like that puppy dog eyes. Dan, what a story from him.
Oh, nah, that hits me hard. My father-in-law died from liver cirrhosis, and he was told the same thing, that he had only a limited time, and unfortunately he didn't make it through. So I know how close to death that is. Like, that's amazing to come back from that. Viewers at now, like, that hits me hard.
Unbelievable. Let's see if we got Carlos back here. See if we can get his audio back in. Let me put him back up here. No, Carlos, we don't have no audio from you, buddy. So I think you should disconnect and then reconnect.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, can't hear you. Sorry, buddy. Jess, I see you down there in the green room. Listen, if you want to text Carlos and tell him to reconnect with us, I think he needs to reconnect. Not sure what's happening here. We'll get him back here in just a second. I'm sure you can hear us, but we can't hear you. Sorry, buddy. So I would disconnect and reconnect. Yeah, it's one of those things, man. When you hear these stories, it really is just heart-wrenching when you hear these stories, about people and what they do. And Vanessa's chiming on Facebook, Carlos phone home. That's funny. Nice.
Way to go. Thanks.
But yeah, it's tough to hear that stuff, isn't it, Jeff? Because, I think of this guy like super successful. Like when I look at what Lost Car was doing and what he's done, super successful, been amazing at what he's done, built this entire brand. And for those of you who don't know, building a brand is really fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you were trying to get people away from what they normally do to buy what you do. And it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. And Jeffy, when you see a guy who can do that and build a new brand for himself, it's incredible.
Dude, it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I really want to hear the rest of his story. I feel like he brought us to the precipice, and then when his mic went mute, I'm like,
let's see if we back here. Carl, I'm gonna try you again. Let's see if we got you back, brother. Oh, we don't have him back. Oh no.
What's happening? Is there look on your right down there? Is your mic? Can you hit your mute and unmute button?
He's trying. He's talking, but we can't hear him. I'm gonna mute him and unmute him and see if that helps. Well, we're gonna figure it out right now. He's gonna work on it. I'll wait for he's got his friend Jess on there to help us, and she'll give us a thumbs up when they can hear it. But it's honestly, you just worry because it's never what you see on the outside is not always what you see what's happening on the inside, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And whether it's with business, whether it's with life, whether it's with whatever you got, it's never. I don't know. Like I just always want to be like it's like a two-way mirror. Like what you see on the outside looks great, but the inside's always a little bit different, right?
Well, and we have this like push now with social media to like present like this really positive aspect. Like we're killing it. We're doing all these great things, and like you can be doing all these great things. You can be killing it, but inside you can be dying, right? Like, and I feel like in the recent years, our industry has gotten a little more cognizant of that and be like, you know what? Maybe you're not okay. You can talk about it. You can reach out to your brothers. You can say, "Hey, I'm having a hard time."
Right.
In the past, we turned to drugs and all kinds of things to cope with that. But now we can say, "Hey, I'm having a hard time, man."
Absolutely. And shout out to Paul there on Facebook chiming in. Chefs lead hard lives. Yeah, he's right. And it's because I feel like we burn both ends of the candle. Let's see if we got Carlos's audio back here. Los, we got you back, brother.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can
hear
you.
We got him. Bro, we're all just like, no, dude, like incredibly moved here by your story. Seriously, like I had no idea this was happening. Like I'm like, oh, Carlos is doing incredible. He's doing incredible things. And then it's like I was saying, it's almost like a two-way mirror. Like you have this outside front that everything looks amazing, but on the inside, bro, it's just not happening. And our friend here, the my chef,
like I was trying to say earlier, it's like what you do in the kitchen, and the kitchen, everything is just like wild and it's chaos and it's just like everything's going crazy, everything's exploding. But as soon as you walk past those double doors that go into the kitchen, it's like the guests have no idea. I mean, we're pros at showing the highlight reel. We're not about showing like the behind the scenes reel. I mean, nobody wants to see that. Right. Opening up a business, I realized that. Not that people want to, when they call me, they want to hear that upbeat Carlos. And it got to a point where I couldn't be upbeat no more, and then one thing that they say, the doctors would say to me, and so the specialists would be like, the reason why people who have cirrhosis don't get healed and they die is because, we can give you medication to get your liver back running, but we can't change your mind, We We can't give you something to change your mind that's going to get you to stop doing that forever. You know, as soon as times get tough again, where do I go? I go right back to the bottle, you know?
Right.
And,
right.
and then it was like, you know, we get a big order and things are like moving up for us and we're celebrating. What happens? Go for the bottle. So it just was leading every day with something. And, you know, I tell people now I'm open with it. And I think a lot of people in the Southern California area know, you know, but I was actively trying to kill myself without telling people, you know, but that's the only way that I could put it so that people could understand it. I was trying to commit suicide in a way that I didn't feel bad about it, you know, and not that I didn't feel bad about it, but it was a dark time, you know. So man. I've been clean and sober now for going on 6 years, you know, and I'm proud about that.
Yeah, you should be, brother. But absolutely, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, and I've been there before. I've been sober for 6 years before. So although I'm saying that to you, like I wouldn't bet on me to be sober for the rest of my life. I just know this disease, and I just know that it's strong. You know,
you're sober today.
What's that?
You're sober today. That's what.
And when I want to drink, I go for this now.
Oh no, little root beer. Nice. Hey, listen, maybe you'll be sober tomorrow. You know, that's what it is right there. Our friend Vanessa's coming in on Instagram, on Facebook, and she says, "And absolutely, you're getting lots of love there all over the social media right now." Our friend Ferrara Music, he says we're killing ourselves, and it's just it's all over the place. You're getting love everywhere, brother. And but I gotta ask, and it's funny because not to bring up, not to downplay what the story you just told us.
No, go ahead. This is all part of my story. Go ahead.
Lost car is gone. By the way, it's shit now. I don't know if you see it's shit. They don't do it. I don't know who bought it or whatever.
My business partner kept it.
Yeah, he's not doing a good job.
He has another business that he focuses on, and so Lost Car was always just a hobby for him. But to me, it was. So when I walked away from it, Chef, like it felt like I lost a child. Like I said, I mean, it was just, it was so like, it ripped a piece out of me. You know, like I said, lost my family, lost almost my life. You know, lost just crazy. You know, and so it was about 3 weeks after I had left there, my buddy Aaron comes up to me, and he was part of the business, a little small part of the Lost Car business, and he was like, "Hey," he walks in my house, and I had taken a shower for 2 weeks, you know, and I just was watching TV getting fat, and he looked at me and he's like, "Hey, listen, he was my sous chef when I was the chef at Angel Stadium, and he's like, listen, I've known you for 21 years now, and you know, we had a good thing going with Lost Car. There's no reason why we should have left it." And I said, "No, I know." He's like, "So I'm gonna start another company, another chef company, and you're either gonna start it with me, or I'm gonna start it by myself. And then as soon as you get up and brush your fucking teeth and wash your face, you're gonna come work for me. So if you want to come work for me, and you're gonna call me chef, then stay in your funk, and then when you need a job because you can't pay your mortgage, then you're gonna come, hey, okay, let me get back in. At that point, Carlos, I'm not gonna let you back in." And he was fucking strict. That guy was just like, you have your chance now. I'll give you to the end of the evening to decide. So I didn't want to do it. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to do because it stung so bad. But I jumped back in and I talked to Franz from Chef's Roll, and I said, "Hey, you know, can we partner up? I need to jump back into this chef coat market, but at a light speed kind of way." So we did that, and thank God, things happen for reasons, because I love what we're doing now, but we're doing it a lot slower and a lot more methodical, but at the same time, I won't make moves now until I feel like we're underwater, until me and my staff are like, fuck, like we need that next machine. We need that next embroidery machine. Okay. Like we need to now, get some of our money out of our savings account and put it into getting some more product now. Like now I feel like we got a good foothold, and because I will never make that same mistake. I lost the embroidery company. I lost the a heat press silk screen company and the chef coat company, all with one swipe. All with one swipe. So the way we're doing things now is everything's modulated. So we have a corporate entity. It's called the Game Collective. Underneath that we have Unsalted, which is DVA's Chef's Roll, and then now we just launched another embroidery company that's called the Embroidery Shop. So we're killing it with the Embroidery Shop. I mean, we're getting people.
For a second, man, because honestly, so I just got an order in from you guys. I told my story here at the beginning where I'm an idiot. I left them. I'm at a big event, and I left my fucking coat. Anyway.
Yeah.
But they'll be here tomorrow, thank God.
Yeah.
but you're partnered with what is arguably one of the biggest chef networks. And I think it's a little bit bigger on the West Coast and the East Coast, but it's getting there. Chef's role and all the things they do. I mean, I feel like you went through all the shit you just told us, but then you slipped and just fell into a pile of money. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is incredible. Like, what a great group to be a part of.
Yeah, it's just with them. They have all these. I look at chefs as they're the ones that can get the French Laundry chefs. And this is before, I would say a couple of years ago when we first started. Those people were still untouchable to us. That's somewhat.
Yeah, of course.
But a lot of the old brigade of chefs, the ones that were stuck in Brigard, they're kind of fizzling out. And I see a lot of 40-year-olds and late 30s and stuff that are zooming to the top now. And
I want to point out, Los, that's not old.
No, I'm 48. I'm gonna be 49 in next month. I know.
Yeah, we're all the same demographic here. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that's not old.
Yeah, but it's different now. Like the chefs that are out there they're the real deal. Like you guys are working. You guys are. I mean, I love what I do because I get to talk to people like you. And sometimes I talk too much, and I'll be like, oh shit, like I just spent 4 hours having lunch with this person, and I didn't do any of sales, and stuff, but. The people that our industry holds, like our industry is near and dear to me, bro. I fucking love it. I love what we do, and I love the good. Of course there's the bad side, but there's a bad side in everything.
Yeah.
So I just know
people in this business though, loyal as hell.
Oh yeah, I mean loyalty for me is everything. If you're gonna show me loyalty, I'll do what I can. I was just gonna tell you, listening to your story about the event you're at, like next year, let me take care of everybody. Like, send me a list of 50 chefs, and I'll make sure everybody's outfitted. If I can give back to you guys like that, or anybody out there, I get hit up all the time for free gear and stuff like that. But if we feel it fits within our little what we're trying to do, then we're all about it. And if we can't do it for free, we do it for hella cheap.
Yeah. It's important though, because I know that people hit you up for stuff all the time like that, and it's important. Like, I want you to know, like. I'll never ask for anything for free.
You have never, Chef.
I always want to pay for it,
I have some of my best friends that they have bought like 2 coats from me back when we first started, 2014, and those coats are lasting them. But they haven't bought anything since then, right? No matter what struggles I'm going through, they're still out there. Like, hey, can you send me a free coat? We're going to starting a new company, and I'm like, sure. I'll send one out, send 2 out, and then I never see anything back from that. So. Right. I get that a lot. I mean, I still love them, but at this point, we're a little bit smarter. And if I have extras, and hey, chef, I'm going to send you something. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Before it launches.
But yeah, I know that what we've done here. Like, I know Jeff on our team right there, right where he's up there. He buys stuff all the time. I mean, I think we just gained another one right here in this guy. He's got a great restaurant in West Virginia, a fucking phenomenal chef. But I think that's what's cool about it. Because like I say all the time, man, I think it's just important. Everybody wants a piece of the pie. Right. Everybody wants a piece. But if we stop thinking about it like that, and we all just work together to make one big fucking pie, then we all can get some. It makes life easier.
I think what you podcasters out there need to do is you guys need to have like you got to get that promotion that's across the country. Like I'll help repost anything you guys need. But if we can get like one forum, that has chefs that have been in the industry, you have like different levels. You got the chefs that have been there 15 years. If you've been in the industry for 15 years, well, you're at this level, right? And the reason I feel like that is because you've got the youngsters that are coming in that don't know that level of respect. That they haven't put they're not a lot of blood and sweat and tears have come out of them yet. And they go into another level, right? They go into another section or podcast, whatever. But the ones that you having on your shows and stuff, like those could be some heavy hitters like you guys are, right? And then coordinate that with like the depression and or like the good vibe stuff, and how do we come together as like a big unit, and I still think that niche of the market is out there for that. I mean, there's a lot of chefs that have these podcasts and stuff, and I think they're all great, because they're all targeted within their demographics.
Yeah.
But there's still that open market for like the Godfather. Who is that person that?
I'll tell you, man, I feel like in the chef podcast world, I'm working on it because I've been doing this a long damn time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a long time. But this has never been a money thing for me. It's just been a good chance to come out and talk to chefs and talk to our friends and promote do our thing. And it's grown, which is fantastic. We're doing the video thing now. Jeff made us start doing it about a year ago. it's great. People will watch this and they'll watch it after the fact. But then this whole thing that we're doing now becomes a podcast. It'll go out tomorrow. And, we'll still be in the top 200 iTunes and podcasts for this shit, which is crazy. But it's because it's about, we try to be real as we can. Obviously, the three of us, we're douchebags. We make terrible jokes. But that's kind of, thanks, buddy. Yeah, that's kind of
what could our company do for you guys? Like, I don't ask that enough. I don't have enough roundtables with people that can be like, hey, don't do this in your chef, go somewhere. Like I said, I think we're good, but we mess up all the time. But what could we do as a company? We're small and stuff. Chef's Roll Apparel side is, but
all right.
So I'll do what I can for anybody.
That's Carlos. I need $140,000.
Hold on. Yeah.
No, listen, nothing. You keep doing what you're doing. That's it.
Yeah. That's what I was just gonna say. You already answered it.
And my staff's gonna kill me. My staff's they're gonna go nuts when I say this. I got Jessica's around here somewhere. She's supposed to be logging on, whatever. But Jessica Levano's running our. Finally, I got somebody who could do my Southern California. It's crazy. Like that's my slowest market is my backyard, right?
Wow.
Our big markets are San Diego, Vegas. We have other big areas in the U.S. and stuff. But LA, where I worked, and I got a bunch of friends. Like, it's not my biggest area. But so Jessica is heading that up. She just started with us. We've been friends for a long time too, but she's like taking that seriously. And the girl could walk into anybody's kitchen back door during service and be like, "Hey, you want to try this on?" And everybody's like, "Okay," I can't do that, but. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do? They're gonna try and get in trouble. Let's do. We never offer 30% off of our online sales, and then
you want to do that?
I'll get a hold of you tomorrow, and then I'll see what kind of kickback I could do for your show.
No, we don't want anything. We don't want anything. No.
But I'll still offer.
I want
to buy
for your viewers 30% off for this whole weekend.
Listen,
that's huge.
That's huge.
I've never done that before. And the code will be plum 30.
Plum 30. Hell yeah. Woo! Thank you.
26.
Hear that?
26th to the 28th.
We'll push the hell out of that. This weekend. We'll put it out there a bunch of times and post it and get it out there.
Yeah.
That's all. And then I'll throw in some freebies too. And with every order that has that code, we'll throw in some extras.
Bro, let me tell you something right now. First of all, we want to hear from you, man. We just want to be your friend and hang out and have you on the show. And stuff. Like that's all we want. Like that's not ever what this has been about. Like it's.
No, I don't think it. I think I wouldn't be on the phone. I wouldn't be on this podcast if I thought it was.
Yeah, that's why you're so awesome. But like, what I can't emphasize enough is how awesome this stuff is. Like, if you are a chef, look at that good-looking fellow. Look, are you kidding me? Look at that's Carlos.
That's not. I mean, that's a good-looking fellow. Thank you. But that's just because I can't afford to pay models. So I got to throw that shit on.
Look at the face right there. Look at that one. Look at that.
Man, when you look that good, who needs models?
I'm getting blushing. I'm blushing.
Let me just tell you right now. He's like, oh, excuse me. What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Oh, I'm blushing.
It's over here. Oh. It's fantastic. Just some of the best shit ever, and I'm so happy that you're fucking working with Chef's Roll. That's incredible.
I gotta say though,
I'm so glad you're still here.
These guys,
I'm glad you're still here. That's what I'm glad.
Me too. Thank you so much.
Fuck yeah.
Sure.
But your codes are like, they're really built for chefs who are working. You know what I mean? Like, they're like some of the only coats that I buy a lot of shit just to try shit out all the time. And I never wear the other shit. I always come back to my same coats that are from you because they're literally built for the type of work I do. Like, I feel and everybody I put on to them is like, holy shit.
Really, thanks so much, Jeff.
Like, holy shit. Like, literally, Ask Plum. We do it. We tell people all the time. They're like, oh, what do you guys wear? We say, oh, it used to be Lost Car. Now we're like, it's Chef's Roll. And it's fucking, they're like, oh, why? And we'd like, show them. Check this shit out. Look at this. Look how it fits. Look how it stretches. Look at this little magnetic shit.
Chef, tomorrow or today, whenever, send Jessica at Chef's Roll Apparel an email. Yeah. Tell her your size, and I'm going to send you something that you're going to like a lot.
Oh, hell yeah. That's amazing.
I'm going to send you one of our waterproof, resistant, lightweight jackets. You're going to love it.
Some shit. Why the fuck is Jeff?
I can't wait to see it.
Because I feel he needs something.
Everyone's mad. Look how mad they get. They can't get happy for their brother.
I'm happy for you, Jeff.
Ready? Wait, watch this. Jeff's gone. He's not even around. He's not even here. Too late. He didn't hear any of that shit.
Jeff knew.
I don't even know who Jeff is. Jeff's gone.
Oh man.
Yo, Los, I gotta be honest with you, man. You've always been so great to me, brother. And the coats are phenomenal. I'm so proud of you and what you've done and how you've grown.
Thank you so much.
Next time on the West Coast, I'm gonna text you. Last time I was there, I didn't, and I was like, he didn't want to hear from me. I'm not gonna bother him. I'm gonna text
you all the time.
And let's go hang out. Let's go have dinner. Let's do something. But seriously, you're making some incredible stuff, man. And honestly, as a family man, I understand what you've been through, and I feel terrible for you. But I love how you're rebuilding. And listen, we're only as good. We all get knocked down. It's all about getting back up and come back even stronger. And that's what you're doing right now, brother. I tell you what, it's inspiring to everybody.
I appreciate that. I heard somebody say right before I logged on. I heard somebody say, "Hard work pays off." Yeah. And I think to myself, like, when? Like, when's that shit gonna happen? You know what I mean? I know it's coming though.
I have an example. I want to give it to you. You ready? So our show, Restaurant Road Trip, I've been working on it for years. 2 years ago, we signed a deal with PBS. We had 2 seasons on PBS. We just last Tuesday got our 6th Emmy nomination for the show.
What? Congratulations!
Yeah. And I was saying work pays off because I'm thinking about making a complete heel turn. So I don't know if you remember, we talked. I was a pro wrestler back in the day. So heel turn means a bad guy. So when we actually win this year at the Emmys, I'm going to go up on stage. I'm going to have a shirt that says, I'm going to call you and get me a shirt that says bad guy on it right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to go up on stage. I'm going to have the boys with me. And we're going to say, hard work pays off. Bad times don't last. Dreams come true. But bad guys, fuck it.
I was ready to write it down.
Look, hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Yeah, you go to the podium.
I like that.
Logo.
I like that. That's good.
That's good. Shout out to Scott Hall. That's what we're gonna do right there. There we go.
Write that down because you're gonna forget it. After all those drinks, all you guys are gonna forget that stuff.
I ain't forgot shit. I got it in my head right now. You heard it. Right?
Good. That's good. Yeah, I'll make you that shirt. We'll make it something cool like that.
Now she's laughing at me. She's like, "You ain't gonna remember."
I'll do you like a jean jacket or something, and we'll embroider that on the back of it.
Oh my god!
We'll do something like that.
There we go. Los, the man, brother. We appreciate the hell out of you. Jeff, you got anything for Carlos, man?
Well, but you asked me if you had anything with Carlos, and all I was gonna say is, I just how did you bounce back? I mean, you look amazing for someone who is about to die.
Yeah,
I'm looking at you I almost I had a hard time believing your story. Like, you literally look fantastic. Like, did you change your diet? What did you do? Like, how did you?
Well, when you have cirrhosis, you got to cut out seafood or like raw seafood. You got to cut out all salt, and then you definitely got to cut out alcohol, right? But the one thing I also cut out was, and this, I mean, I know it's hard to say this, but I cut out stress. I cut out stress and bullshit that I didn't need, bro. And I stopped talking to a lot of people because I needed to focus on me. But I think the fact that I cut out that just nuance of just like that every day, all day, people just being like in my ear and things I didn't need to hear or worry about, that whole year, I reset. I call it my reset year. I was able to hold off on some bills because I was living. I moved my little 2 boys and moved back with my dad for a year, and I was able to push the reset button, and that changed my whole life. So nowadays, like, it's not like I don't put up with shit, right? Like, I do all the time. I ask my girl. I live in her world pretty much, and I don't got a lot. I can't say a lot of stuff, but she's very opinionated and things. But when it comes to like stuff that matters, I always ask myself, like is this? Because now I have a real strong sense of like, how much time do we have left?
Yeah.
If you look at average person living to 90 years old, do the math and see how many days that is, and then put that in a calculator or some type of app that I know there's apps out there that will count down. And I think to myself on a daily basis, I think, damn, I just lost another day. Like, what about today could I have changed? Because I can't get that time back, And it makes me very aware of the decisions I make on what I'm gonna do. Do I gotta go clean my kitchen today? Do I gotta go clean my backyard today, or should I hang out with my boys and play catch? That stuff can wait. And if I die, I don't care about that shit. At least I'll have my day. My boys will have another day with me. So I live a lot like that, Chef. I don't try to be naive or I don't avoid like stuff that has to happen, like taxes and bills and shit. But when it comes to other things, like if I'm not running, sorry, chef, but if I'm not running on time, like I don't stress about it. I just get there. I try to get there safely. I try not to cut anybody off or running in red lights, and when I get there, I apologize, and then fucking let's move on. Just keep going, we're all gonna die. This tattoo right here says, it's all messed up, but it says memento mori, and it's that saying that says, remember, you will die. And it's not a dark. My boys know it. And it's not a dark saying. It's not a dark way to live, but just don't forget that. Like we all came in this, like we're all gonna take our last breath, and my half, I'm a half life already, I hope, but I try to live like that, and I just choose optimism over being negative or pessimistic. Yeah.
Our friend Vanessa on Facebook is chiming in. She's saying Jack from Titanic said it best: "Make each day count." Is that what he said?
People say that too, Seven. People say like, oh, like live it like it's your last day. Well, I don't got the money for that. I don't have hookers and cocaine all over the place and whiskey right here, because I would if that's the case.
Like, yeah, right. If you knew, like today's it. This is the last ride.
Yeah, of course I'm drinking everything. I'm calling all my exes up. Hey, come say goodbye.
Look, the aliens are coming. We're doing this. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So I mean, you could live your life, but because there's days where I just want to sleep in, or my girl will be over and we'll be like, okay, we're gonna do this today, and you know what we do? We lay in bed naked and all day long. We don't do shit.
The naked thing in there.
Dude, you gotta keep her. You gotta fucking keep her. Jeez, my wife makes me go to every store.
I gotta do that too, Chef. But there's days where
I just want to point out, you're talking about laying in the bed naked with your girl. Sounds like I'm stuck here with the fucking Sasquatch. There's the vagabond chef
in the same room.
Wearing no pants.
On a love
no
seat.
Room. Don't worry, we're gentlemen. All right. Dan, before we get him out of here, man. He's running a little late on him.
Well, I love your story first and foremost, man. I think everything you do. I love your mindset. The mindfulness will definitely change how you look at things. And I always talk about death. Plum's always scared. I'm like, yo, bro.
You hear nothing? You can't hear death?
No, death. Yeah, death. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying. You gotta know. You gotta be aware of it. Because when you're sitting there, you be in the moment, and being in the moment is the most important thing. I love that, man. You preaching, I love it. I love your stuff. You talking about these pants, though. I'm gonna have to go back to your clothing. You talking about these pants. My job, we're pants people. I've been buying pants. I need some good pants, so I'm gonna come see you about these pants. What are these new pants you talking about? Because I mean, like that's what I buy at the store. Everybody wants pants all the time.
You know what? There's a company called Duluth Trading Company out of Minnesota, right? This is because I don't have any of my images that I can show you or any sketches or anything. Mm-hmm. But there's a company, it's called Duluth, Duluth. And I don't know if you guys ever seen that company, but they have the funniest ads, right? And they have these pants that have these extra gussets right in the crotch area, right? And they call them like their ballroom pants or something like that, right? And it doesn't, like, it's just a little extra fabric. It's just a little extra fabric right down there, right? But it makes such a difference. I mean, when you bend down and you're crouching down and go to your low boy and you're pulling out your posture, your push, whatever.
It helps, right?
Like, you feel that tug on the pants, and that's motherfuckers that you give out one day, right?
Yeah.
But what they did was they would like open up this like envelope or whatever, and so when you do that, it's just like, whoa, like that's nice. So we have stuff like that coming out,
Yes.
It's just easy,
well, look,
we got
on
the back of the knees and stuff like that.
You gotta let us know that stuff comes out, because listen, whatever you need, we'll promote the fuck out of. Not only that, like we'll get people on board with that shit and buying that shit, especially here on the East Coast. I know you got your West Coast team, but we got the East Coast handle, bro. We got you, man. Like,
hey, listen, an East Coast representative. I got Kevin Levine that's in South Carolina. He's gonna be starting up a little area. But anybody who wants to rep or who wants to sell our stuff, I mean, the money's good. Even if it's a little side job, and get in contact with me, Carlos at Apparel.
I didn't want to
do with everything, and it's kind of like this is what I want to do. My whole idea about this next step for us is to get chefs that are that are aging, right, and they wake up in the morning, they got a bad back, and it's like, what? I feel bad for these guys, because it's like, hey, what do I do? Like, how did you do what you did to stay in the industry? But you're not working, you're not killing yourself. You're working 9 to 5, if that. Like, what should I do? And I feel bad because a lot of these chefs, they're getting passed up, and And you got the youngsters who know all the new techniques and know how to use all the new equipment. But these guys are, there's got a lot of respect, but they're afraid to walk out of the kitchen because then what do they got?
Yeah.
So, but I'll tell you what they have is they have a lot of people they promoted through for their years, right? Over the 20, 30 years of them cooking, they got a lot of dishwashers that became line cooks, that became sous chefs, that became executive chefs, and those chefs can walk into any kitchen and be like, hey, how are you? Hey, good to see you, chef, and they're well respected. Well, I want to take care of those. I want those chefs to give me a call because they got a whole network of friends.
Right.
And when I'm saying I'll give you guys back, 20%, 30%, or I think it's 25% over the course of 6 months back on any sales, not after a cost. No, on anything you sell, I'm gonna give you 25% of that. That's more than I get in dividend checks, right? After 6 months of that, you drop down to 10%. And then after a year, you drop down to 3%. But the whole goal is not to live in the 3% life. Like that's something that you don't got to do no more. You don't even have to make those phone calls. They're calling into our office, right? Yeah. But you want to live in that 25 percentile. So if you're a seasoned chef who have a lot of people that respect you, you could be in a new account will keep you in that 25% for your entirety of the time you work for us. You can make a boatload of money.
Yo,
I'm not kidding you. You make a boatload of money.
Wow. So my friends over at Ergo Chef, some of the best knives on the planet that we all use. They're saying their showroom, they'd love to put some chef's roll stuff in the store itself and have some in there. So let's see if we can make some connections and make that shit happen.
Yeah, chef's roll, and we'll take care of them tomorrow. I guess about them. They can have it by Monday.
Yeah, dude, you're awesome. Get out of here all tonight. You were the man. I seriously got so much respect for you. I appreciate your story. I appreciate the hell out of you coming on here and hanging out with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And just know I'm with you for life, bro. No matter where you go, if you end up fucking making pants for Duluth, we'll go there with you.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love this industry. I'm gonna die with this industry. All you guys will be at my funeral. I'll be at yours, and we'll be celebrating and have a good time.
Want me at the funeral? That's not good. I'll talk. That's not good.
All right, Jeff. Hey, listen. Don't forget Plum 30. Okay, starting tomorrow.
We're gonna promote the fuck out of that this weekend. We're gonna push. I'm not here with a bunch of chefs. We're gonna push the hell out of it. It's gonna be amazing. Los, we're so glad and grateful for you to be on the show. We're so grateful for you to be where you are, that you're still with us. And please, you have friends on the East Coast. Don't ever get in that spot ever again. If you are,
I appreciate that.
You always call me. Don't call me any other reason, but if you get down to that, then I'm fucking with you, bro.
Man. Come to the Hamptons. Come hang out.
I will one day. Once I get the invite, chef, let me know.
Here come right now. We got to happen.
We'll make it happen. Hell yeah.
Okay. I can excited. Yeah, next year or sometime in the future for sure.
Listen, you're the man. We appreciate the hell out of you. We hope to see you on down the road. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the creator of Chef's Roll Apparel. There.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Lo. Appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Very close.
You're the man.
Later, brother. Wow, I did not expect to get that kind of story from Los. That was incredible.
Dude, so real. 100%, right? Like he just keeps it so real. And that's what I loved about it. And that's why we follow this guy. Right there.
Yeah. He's a good brother.
He's a real one. He's a real chef who's doing real shit.
That's it. And we love that shit right there. Listen, we appreciate you guys all hanging out with us here on the live stream. The podcast version will be out tomorrow. We got another great guest coming next week. We'll be alive. We'll be back in the home studio. Shout out to the Vagabond Chef for joining us tonight, huh? How about that, guy?
Yeah. What up, brother?
Just motherfucker. He poured me a beer. It took him 9 minutes for that shit to settle.
It did take a long time.
The worst fucking pour of a beer I've ever seen.
But a great fucking beer right there.
Yeah. Who is this company?
This is the Miner's Daughter Oatmeal Stout from Mountain State Brewing in wonderful West Virginia.
Sounds like some West Virginia shit. Miner's Daughter, doesn't it?
The longest name for a beer I've ever heard in my life.
I love it.
Wait, I will come to your house.
Oh,
you up?
There it is.
I will hold you, and you can be the little spoon.
Oh. For the Vagabond Chef, for Chef Jeffy right here, for holding it down. My name is Chef Plum. Friends, remember, food is one of those things we have in life. Everything. What's up, Jeffy?
Do not sleep on Plum 30 on Chef's Roll. You heard it here.
Oh, I'm gonna hit it. I was gonna hit Plum 30. We're gonna push the fuck out of that. Plum 30 on Chef Roll. That's what's up. You gotta get some coats, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, this is the time, guys. Anyone who's out there listening, that was a huge drop. 30% off your coats is a great deal. Get on there, and he's gonna have awesome shit.
I have to pee so bad, Jeffy.
I'm all about it.
Program.
For Chef Dan, for Chef Jeffy, my name is Chef Plum, the Vagabond Chef. We appreciate the hell out of you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Plum 30 on Chef's Roll. Check out the social media. We'll be all over it all weekend long. We're excited about it. It's going to be fantastic. Remember, friends, food is one of the most important things we have in life. Everything important in life revolves around food. Let's make sure we get the time it deserves. So we'll see you guys next week right here live on Plum Up Foods.
Peace.
Woo.
From the tower of power, too sweet to be sour, I'm funky like a monkey. Sky's the limit and space is the place.
Thank you for listening to Plum Love Foods Live. See you next week, good brothers and sisters.